Hello and welcome to Kids Craft Camp. I'm Emily and today we're going to be making felt fairy wands. I've made 3 different variations using the same template and you can download this for free on our website. Now let's get started. These are the tools and materials that you will need to make the felt star wand. I went ahead and already printed out the template, and we have the bigger stars and 3 smaller ones. And I also have a smaller pair of scissors and a larger pair of scissors, as well as the clear glitter glue. And I love this because it's really nice and strong. To hold on our pattern, I have these little plastic clips. Since I'm going to be cutting by hand today, you can also cut with the cutting machine if you'd like. I also have 2 different types of ribbon. You can choose whatever ribbon you'd like. I love this little squiggly ribbon, so I'm going to use this today. I went ahead and collected a few sticks from outside. I love the look of the natural stick with the wand, but as another option, you could use a dowel or a skewer stick like this. And it would be pretty cute if you painted it as well. And over here we have 3 different color options. I have a tealy blue, a yellow, and a purpley pink. I'm gonna go ahead and use the purpley pink because those are my favorite colors. All right, let's get started. So starting with our largest star, I decided that I'm going to use the lightest color of felt. I'm going to go ahead and cut out this little pattern and I'll just cut it into a square and then we'll clip it on to the felt with these clips. All right, so I'll just pick a corner and clip this into place. And this makes it really easy to hand cut simple patterns without having to break out a cutting machine. Something that I find helpful when I'm cutting out stars is I'm going to go ahead and place my scissor right about where the end of the line is. And then I will go ahead and cut. This way you don't accidentally clip too far into the star. And I'm always going to cut pointing inwards just to avoid having to fuss with this pattern a little bit too much. This way you'll have nice clean lines and you'll avoid too many mistakes. I like these. And there's our first star. Now we just have to cut out 6 more. So I'm gonna switch colors for these smaller stars. I want to do a mixture. So I think I'm gonna do the dark purple in the largest size and the smallest size and do the medium size in this lavender. All right, we've got them all cut out and the colors are super cute. Next up, I'm just gonna cut a little bit of ribbon. I wanna keep these pretty short because I don't want them getting really tangled. So I'm just gonna do little bits for each star, and then we're going to sandwich these stars with the ribbon between. So to start off, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on one side of the first felt star. And then I'll just push this into place, and there's a little bit of excess glue on this side, and I'm just going to get it over the little star bits so there's no separation. Make a little sandwich. I'll cut this with just a little bit of extra length so I can decide once I have the next side done. And then for this one, I think I'm just going to put 2 on one. So I'll place this one at the bottom and then this one a little bit above it. Oops. And if you get it stuck to your finger, it's okay. We'll just use the other star to get that extra glue. All right, now let's add the last star. I'm gonna go a little off center with this one, put it on one of the squiggles. Just make sure it's lined up and there we go. That is super cute. Just cut it with a little bit of extra length. And remember, this glue will dry clear, so don't worry if you see any little bits of glue on the outside. All right, now I've got my stick ready to go, and if you wanted to clean this, you can either stick it in a pot of boiling water or just give it a nice wipe down. So I've just scraped a little bit of the bark away on the top here, and that's where we'll be sticking the stick into the star. All right, let's get some glue on here. And then before we do any sandwiching, I'm going to add these little strings in. And we can either do them coming out the top or coming down one side. I think I'm going to do coming down one side. And we'll cut it to scale. And the nice thing about this glue is you can move it around for a little while so you can test some things out and see what you like. All right, now we'll get a little bit more glue on all these star bits. This is something that you're just gonna have to go ahead and let sit for a little bit while it dries. Otherwise it will come apart. So we'll press this down and then we're gonna let it sit for a good 20 minutes or so. Make sure all the little ends are glued. You can always add more glue. Since we've got a little time to move some things around, I decided I actually do want these coming out the top instead. So I'm gonna just scoot them on over, easy peasy. And the nice thing about this glue, the other nice thing about this glue is it will harden up the felt a little bit so it won't be quite as floppy. And if you wanted to cut out a couple more stars, you definitely can. The more stars, the better. Ready to cast some spells all around the garden. I hope you enjoyed crafting along with me. I can't wait to see what variation you came up with. Now go create some magic.